is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Now, they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them. But go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
That's good for our Denver Broncos. First and 10 at the 40.
Now Wilson on first down. And he's got it complete to Courtland Sutton. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's Wilson to throw. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. A great play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Pacheco gets it, tries the left side. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. You look at this Bronco defense. They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early. Chip away at their timing.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the first down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball knocked free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football.
And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, my friend, this is so...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. 7-7, our score after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
Oh, boys, you got this.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. This will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there. And 2nd down.
In any event, it happened pretty decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
They go play action with Wilson. Flush to his right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On third down, here's Williams. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10, he got 9. Fourth down.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Fourth down, here's Wilson. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it as they have taken the lead. Oh, that is incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And he'll go out of bounds all the way down inside the 35.
I know the special teams coach will not permit himself a smile here, but inside, he's glowing. This is what he practices for. This is what he schemes. This is what he watches tape to put himself and his team in a position to score points. An absolute dream return.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they've run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelce, 34 yards. And the Chiefs have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Mims in motion left. On 3rd down, Wilson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for... Pulled back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Here's Mahomes to throw. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
4th down, so Kansas City sends out Tommy Townsend. Back deep for Denver, the rookie Marvin Mims. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
At their own 27-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit. But
well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Broncos are once again back in front. Wilson and the Broncos offense going to stay on the field. They'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. And that is caught for the 2 points. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And shedding the tackle, and now some room down the left sideline. He's on his way. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. They go play fake. Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Throwing now is Mahomes. His throw incomplete. Fair to say, it hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Mahomes. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Defenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes it attracts a little bit of extra attention, and it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. Touchdown! Marvin Mims, 54 yards. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Russell Wilson now will bring his guys up to go for 2. Wilson going to throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help.
Everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Drew Sanders. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Russell Wilson, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos are able to add on to their first half lead. Wilson and the Broncos offense going to stay on the field. They'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. Buying time to his left. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4. On 3rd down, it's Pacheco. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
A gain of 3 on the play. And a first down, Chiefs.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Pacheco. Shoves him aside. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's Pacheco headed right. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. This ball deep for Tony. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own
offense at the line, ready to go. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Wilson. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to speed things up here. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They start the second half here with Williams. And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They go play action now. Wilson.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Mike Edwards picks it off.
And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Well, pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attack?
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Josie Jewell, the linebacker, getting the sack. Defenders are always happy anytime they can sack a quarterback for a loss of 10 or more yards. There's an example there. High fives all around.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Now here's Mahomes. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 22 yards there, a first down. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a first and goal.
One thing I do know that offensive linemen like, they like a guy who's carrying the ball that will take what is blocked. Not try and create a big play, maybe take a loss.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Jarek McCammon, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs get a bit closer.
And maybe that's the magic touch right there. They didn't use him at all in the first half, at least running the football. But here they entrust him with some work down in the red zone, and he responds. 1 carry, 1 touchdown.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead will be cut down to 14. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a first and 10. Now they air it out to start the drive, and it's complete. Now he's into the clear again. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Jerry Jeudy, 75 yards. And the Broncos take a 3-touchdown lead. Wilson and the Broncos offense going to stay on the field. They'll go for 2. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Riley Moss. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Now a 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Mims in motion left. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball. And it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Mahomes now to throw. Pass complete across the formation to Melton. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 13-yard line. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And it's caught. And the Chiefs are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Here's Pacheco. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are able to cut into that deficit. He's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll get in for the score, and that's going to cut the lead down to 13. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now it's Wilson. That is caught. They'll have the first down and more than that. Play there on the catch and run. 74 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Marvin Mims with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Wilson, and the Broncos offense going to stay on the field. They'll go for 2. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got it here for the 2 points, but there is a marker down, so we'll have to see what that's about. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding. And the Broncos once again going for 2. Again, Wilson. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And the officials here are going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Drew Sanders. And a great return here gets us all the way down to the 26-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. After the interception, here's Wilson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. These two teams matching up for the second time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6, and it was the Broncos getting the road victory, so they'll look to take the season series now here in Denver. 2nd and 10 now, Wilson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th, and the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles, and one reason is turnover. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, these are the situations that really test a defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one. Up the middle, it's Williams. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. And now they're in the hurry-up. They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll also be the final play of this 3rd quarter. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off of it. Now 2nd and 5.
Broncos are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
First down, Chiefs.
Mahomes now on 1st down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. That is incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Now Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Williams. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
That's good for a Denver Broncos. First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Now Wilson on 1st down. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely have to say, we've just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Given up a lot of points in this game, but looked better on that play. Here's Wilson. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Broncos have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 10. And he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Wilson.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Second and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Well, throw on first down with Wilson.
And this one complete again to Mills.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing now, Wilson on first down.
And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy.
A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Broncos continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the fourth.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And would you believe it? This is caught in the end zone. And a fake extra point works to extend their lead by 2. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down.
Pacheco gets it again on second down.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
90 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Pacheco gets it up the gut.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up second and 12. At the 34-yard
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Randy Gregory coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And this one is incomplete.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to kick it away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come after this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
That's good for our Denver Broncos. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. This is caught inside the 15. And they move this all the way down to the 9. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Let's look to add the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board.